Hey everyone, Hobo4Crafts, aka MrHobo here, and I'm going to be bringing you another Shoutcast. It's going to be This is Jimmy versus Artosis, and I've been having long loading screens lately. I don't know why. But Artosis, extremely good Zerg player, very good. This is Jimmy, also a very good Terran player, and it's going to be on Metalopolis. As you will see if this game ever starts, here we go. This is Jimmy spawning on the bottom right, and we have Artosis spawning on the bottom left, depending on how you look at it. Metalopolis, excuse me, is kind of diagonal if you can understand what I mean there, but whatever. Oh, there's a little pause there and just a wave of chat coming in at once. But what was I gonna say? Artosis actually has a YouTube channel of his own, pretty interesting, and I would check that out if I were you guys. Uh, I can't remember the name of his YouTube channel at the moment. I think it's Artosis TV, but I'm probably wrong. So excuse me, but if you just search it, should be able to find it. We're gonna see a 10 supply depot for This is Jimmy, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to call him Jimmy from now on for obvious reasons. And we're going to see 10 Overlord and getting those drones right away, so nothing out of the ordinary. And, okay, well, Artosis is going to be scouting Jimmy here. And this does two things. It lets Artosis know that Jimmy is spawned here, but it also lets Jimmy know right away that Artosis is actually spawned adjacent to him. So it's kind of risky going in like this with your Overlord. I like to come in kind of diagonal this way, and if you click on the mineral and you see that the mineral is not full at 1500, then you know that your opponent is obviously there. Now scouting the Borax, and we're going to see a Tech Lab go down because of this gap right here. And you want to get this Overlord out of here before any sort of Marine can be popped out. We're going to actually get a 14 pool out for Artosis and straight into an extractor, so we could see Banelings, but my guess is he just wants speed. We could see a fast expansion still viable here. He's only at 15 drone count, which would be a pretty standard transition or opening build, I should say. Um, and that is because if you get the hatchery after you get speedlings, you'll be able to defend it much more easily. We're gonna get that fast Tech Lab down, and actually we're gonna see Reapers. Ooh, this is interesting. Didn't go for fast Reapers, mind you. He would have gotten his barks around 9 and a refinery following right after. Just went for normal Reapers. Probably just based on the fact that Artosis' Overlord just kind of wandered in there, and he did know that they were going to be close spawn. And this map, Metalopolis. Why can't I say Metalopolis? Metalopolis. I don't know. I'm just off today. But it is great for Reaper harass. This cliff right behind your main. It's just terrible. Hop up here, pick off some drones, hop up, and come over here. You can see how much cliff you have to work with. And here comes that Reaper. I wonder if we're gonna get Nitro jetpacks. Yes, we are. Nitro packs coming in. This Overlord does spot it, so these Zerglings are going to be in place as well as this Queen, which does defend against Reapers very well. So this is Jimmy is just going to back off for now. Scouting this Expo, sees there's nothing there. We could see some sort of tech for Artosis here. Gonna be putting down a Roach Warren, so we could see an early push, taking advantage of the fact that we are going to see Reapers from Jimmy, knowing he isn't going for that good of an economic build, and not going to have that many units pumped up. He even has a space right here that isn't even blacked off, so could push in if his push is early enough. Oh, there's going to be one drone lost here. Gonna back off, gonna kite these Zerglings. Oh, one Reaper does go down. Speed research is done, and this Reaper is definitely done for. Ooh, using the high ground very well. And this Reaper actually does survive because he used that little cliff right there. Very useful. Ooh, but walking right into this Queen takes 2 hits. Possibly going to pick off this drone. Does pick off 1 drone. That's 2 drones total right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, could he pick off some gas? Yes, 3 drones. All were on gas. And that is going to hinder the production of roaches so much. Was putting up a command center meanwhile, so he is going to be lifting that off soon and getting just a huge economic boost, especially with all of these all these drones picked off. I believe there were 5 drones picked off because 4 Zerglings were lost. Gonna go to the income here, and you can see that, wow, Jimmy is ahead just by about 200 on average, putting down another factory and a barracks and an engineering base, so we could see a starport. And why did I say we could see a starport? We could see a starport without an engineering bay. That was silly. All you need is a factory to get a starport, and putting down these turrets, which is what I probably meant to say. You can get turrets only after you put down an engineering bay. He's probably wary of a mute attack. I don't know why. He must have seen this roach warren, so I wouldn't exactly be going for these turrets. That's kind of an odd thing. But maybe it's just habit, especially on this close spawn. It is very popular for mutas. But we're going to see that Artosis does in fact spot this expo, and is probably in a little bit of a panic mode. But then again, he did put down two expos of his own, so he should feel somewhat comfortable at this point. He has not, I don't see any roaches whatsoever for him though, so that roach warren might have been a complete waste. I don't see why he would go them either in this position, and we're not getting anything out of the factory just yet. I believe we will see tanks. We do have a tech lab down, but a quick Thor. That is quite scary. I would now go roaches if I were Artosis, but oh no, he put down a Hydralisk den. And as you guys probably know, Hydralisks are not good at all versus mech. And man, I'm just really not feeling good for Artosis right here. He is scouting and using creep very well though with these overlords. We could in fact see a Thor drop, but then again we don't see a starship yet. That would have been interesting. I think it would have been pretty effective here since Artosis doesn't have that much defense whatsoever. It doesn't have really any units at all. Gonna go to the army here. What? Why is it when I go to army it shows me minerals? Oh, that's not good. Probably bugged or something. Anyway, little technical difficulties here for Hobo 4Craft, but I would be pumping out a lot of roaches to deal with a mech composition. But then again, it's kind of infantry slash mech, so this is tough. And infestors are viable against mech, but like I said, there's only one Thor out right now. I don't know if I'd like to invest in infestors for just one Thor, but there is another on the way, so it's hard to say. But these Hydralisks, like I said, so very squishy against mech, just die so quickly, especially against tanks and Thors. Now saturating this third expo, so he should be pulling ahead in income pretty soon here. Oh yeah, he is. He is about 400 per minute above ThisIsJimmy, even though ThisIsJimmy does have those Thors, which are a huge help. Actually putting down some goop in Jimmy's base. I don't see the point of that except for a scout, just to be annoying. And actually Artosis just macroing up and spreading out his expos very well. I would be putting down more gas, but that's just me. His minerals are going to skyrocket here in a second, and he's going to be behind on gas. But he is compensating for the fact that he's spending so many minerals on just saturating all of his expos, which he is doing very well. Wow, look at this. I'm going to go to the harvester count, which is... Oh, I'm already on it. Okay, great. And Artosis does, in fact, have 20 more harvesters than Jimmy here at this point, so obviously his income is massively ahead. We do have a Marine Marauder Reaper composition, along with a couple Thors and just getting rid of those bunkers, which I guess he didn't need whatsoever. Did see a starport go down, gonna be used for medevacs. No reactor, probably because he just wants that first one out really quickly. Reactors do take 50 seconds, I believe, to pump out, so it does take a lot of time. And just saturating all of these expos, he's just gonna get every tech tree under the sun, and as soon as something happens, he's probably just gonna pump out a gajillion of whatever he wants, kind of like we saw in TLO versus Jinro, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway. Actually, don't correct me. I'll just check later. So, but we're gonna see a Reaper scouting out, and he's gonna see this expo, He's gonna see this expo as well. Oh, we did get a bunch of Hydras. Not too happy about that because Marauders and Thors both deal so much damage to these Hydralisks. So yeah, I'm a little iffy on that one. Still pumping out drones. Just gonna go to the army tab, and great, it is still showing me minerals and other things. So I don't know why that is. Is it just me, or oh, well, I'll just go to production tab. We have that centrifugal hooks. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but it does give Banelings more speed. We have Glial Reconstruction, which gives Roaches more speed, and we of course have that Zerg Missile Attacks level 2, which give Zerg Missile Attacks level 2. Just kidding, of course it gives them more damage. But we're going to see Zerglings being pumped out. They are, of course, Speedlings. I assume he will morph them into Banelings. That would be the most helpful composition at this point. And we're going to see Jimmy moving out. Oh, taking down the statue. He obviously does not like this form of artwork. Oh, and these Overlords taking a lot of damage. We might see one go down. These Thors are so strong against air, and that could supply block Jimmy here. Or excuse me, Artosis. Oh, and this Queen just goes down so quickly. But Artosis does have the high ground, which could be essential. Picking off these Thors right away, and these Hydralisks are just completely outnumbering Jimmy. Oh my gosh, and look how much damage these Marauder Thor composition is doing. Now just A-clicking, not focusing the Thor, which is doing so much damage to these Medevacs. Just, giving so much support, and these Zerglings just going right to their death. And this does not look good for Artosis whatsoever. All these units that are being pumped out right here are just going to be massacred, and sending Zerglings in right away, I would not do this. I would save them all up. This Expo can go down. That would be fine because he has so much support from these other Expos. Oh my gosh, just sending in so many waves of Zerglings, but they're all just dying. And we do have 4 SCVs repairing the store. Very smart play by Jimmy, using the store very well. He's still sending these Zerglings in. I would at least morph them in for Banelings. He does have that speed. Will be a viable approach. Oh my gosh, come on Artosis, you're better than this. I would go Roach Baneling right now at this point. Not using this Infestor Pit whatsoever. Is researching upgrades at both of these Evo chambers, but man, this unit, I think Artosis would have been great if he had just been a little more focused on a better unit composition. Jimmy now morphing, now coming in here, spotting these Banelings, probably going to take them down before they can even be used. Ooh, but Artosis does get them back away, but 4 Banelings is definitely not enough. I don't care who you are, you're not going to be able to pull it off with 4 Banelings. We're going to see just more Hydralisks being pumped out. Why? Come on. They take so much damage. Oh, we're going to get 4 Banelings off. And took out maybe a couple Marauders. But now using Scan, making sure nothing is burrowed. Oh, we could see this Thor go down, and it does in fact go down. And these Hydralisks might be able to pick off. Yes, they do pick off the remainder of these Marauders because of so much damage. They do have all those upgrades. And now just still pumping out all those Hydralisks. Meanwhile, there was a planetary fortress put down by Jimmy, and he has to be up in income so far. And yeah, he is just about even now, even